So I finished Final Fantasy XVI and I'm finally ready to talk about my experience with Final Fantasy XVI. This game has been controversial on Twitter with the entire Final Fantasy community. Some people have fallen in love with this latest installment with this legendary franchise and have gone as far as to say that this could be a Game of the Year candidate, while others say it's garbage and it's a horrible direction for the franchise's future. Today, we answer the question, is Final Fantasy a Game of the Year candidate or hot garbage? Hi guys, it's your boy Peter, aka King Exodus, and today we're going to be reviewing Final Fantasy XVI. And just to remind you, I do scale from a 1 to a 10, with 1 being horrible and 10 being an all-time classic. Like always, there'll be some opinion and some light spoilers. I'm going to keep it spoiler free as much as I can, especially for the people that haven't got around to it, but you've been warned. Developed exclusively for the PlayStation 5, this game promises to deliver an unforgettable adventure filled with magic, drama, and some breathtaking visuals. Let's see if they live up to that promise. Final Fantasy XVI introduces us to a dark and immersive fantasy world called Valisthea, a land bestowed with magic of the Mother Crystals and mysterious creatures known as Icons. Icons are the usual summons from prior Final Fantasy games. Their powers are passed down to different dominants, which can use their elemental powers and take form of these magical beasts. The way they intertwine with characters with intricate lore is a testament to the developer's dedication to storytelling. From the moment you boot up the game, you'll be enchanted by its visual stunning environments, awe-inspiring magic effects, and interesting characters. The heart of any Final Fantasy game lies in its characters, and Final Fantasy XVI truly shines in this aspect. The protagonist, a young shield named Clive Rosfield, embarks on a heroic quest for revenge and self-discovery that spans decades. Throughout his journey, he encounters a diverse cast of memorable characters, like his brother Joshua, the dominant of the Phoenix, Jill, the dominant of Shiva, and Torgal, his dog, and so much more. All that help tell this interesting story that unfolds for Clive. By the time the credits roll, these well-developed characters will tug at your heartstrings. The game from start to finish took me 54 hours, but I play games a little slower than usual and played some side quests which are available around the map. With the ending being open to interpretations, I highly recommend you take your time on some of these side quests because some give you a unique way of seeing the ending. Now let's talk about its combat. Final Fantasy XVI adopts a real-time action RPG combat system, much in the vein of Devil May Cry. Yes, I know, I see all the comparisons on Twitter. You do have companions that help you throughout the game, but you only control Clive. Clive, being your usual sword wielder, can also use the power of the various icons and allows you to seamlessly switch between them all, each with unique abilities and playstyles. Each icon also have special abilities that can be learned and mastered in Clive's ability tree. Whether you prefer to engage in swordplay, mastering combos, or unleashing devastating special abilities, all raise your limit break bar, unleashing the true potential of Clive. Clive is also accompanied by his dog Torgal, which can be controlled using the D-pad to attack, and he has his own level system, so don't forget to use the good boy. Also give a compliment to the boss fights. Almost all the boss fights leave you feeling satisfied. You also have quick time events that change cutscenes if you miss or hit it. Now I say most because some of the icon fights are a big negative. Some feel like I'm interrupting a glorified cutscene, and I don't want to be the one to ruin a good cutscene now. Also, a huge shout out to the composer of Final Fantasy XVI because the soundtrack is beautiful and helps set the mood for the game. Now, some of the cons for me is the start and stop nature of this game. Sometimes you could be fighting, then cutscene, and then go to a spot, cutscene, and then you're fighting again and cutscene. For a game heavy on story, it leans a little too much on the story and a little less on the gameplay. Final Fantasy is a JRPG franchise at heart, and some RPG elements are almost non-existent. There are 3 equipment slots and 3 accessory slots that can be upgraded, but I find myself not really using the blacksmith or even focusing on leveling up any equipment. I just use my guild to buy the next best equipment. With no need for the blacksmith, some exploration isn't even necessary. You have no need to get off the beaten path, and there's things to do like the difficult Notorious Marks to clear the hunting board. Final Fantasy XVI utilized the PS5 beautifully. It has some of the most breathtaking visuals that I haven't seen yet, but to me they just feel a little underutilized. The story in Final Fantasy XVI is a captivating tale of betrayal, personal growth, and sacrifice. With its mature and much darker theme, Final Fantasy XVI has once again raised the bar for the future of the Final Fantasy franchise, offering a captivating journey that will keep you strapped in from start to finish. With its characters, storytelling, and stunning visuals, I do think this is a must play for any fan of the franchise and newcomers alike. The last thing I'll touch on is that a lot of people like to say that this isn't a Final Fantasy game, and I agree, it's not. It's not your traditional Final Fantasy game, but if you see a lot of the games that were coming out from the franchise, 15, 7 Remake, and Strangers of Paradise, this is kind of the direction we were going, and I think they did a phenomenal job on it. So with all that being said, let's answer the question from earlier. Is this game great or garbage? For me personally, it's great, and it's earned its review scores and all the compliments it's received. And at the end of the year, I do believe Final Fantasy XVI will be a Game of the Year candidate alongside Starfield, Tears of the Kingdom, and Spider-Man 2. As for winning that title, we'll have to wait and see, because Tears of the Kingdom, I mean, it's looking like it might get it. With all that being said, I score Final Fantasy XVI at 9 out of 10. Do you plan on playing Final Fantasy XVI, or have you played it? And if you have, I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions on the game, and you can put that down below in the comments. If you like this video, consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to the channel for more gaming content like my platinum journey of Persona 3 Portable, which should be right there. Otherwise, your boy King Exodus is out.